Alright, so in this video we are going to compare and contrast what we know from Module 3 with congruent triangles and then what we know now with similar triangles. So let's talk about the symbol. So if you remember, congruent triangles have the congruent sign, and then similar triangles are going to have the similar sign with just a tilde and no equal sign. So congruent triangles, the definition are triangles that have the same angles and sides. Okay, so you had a triangle that was the exact same, but it was maybe turned or flipped or rotated, okay? But they still had all the same sides. Now, similar triangles are going to be triangles that have the same angles. But these are going to have not the same side, but proportional side. Okay, so we're not going to have equal sides, but they're going to be proportional, so they're going to have the same ratio, the same scale factor. Okay. Speaking of scale factor, congruent triangles had a scale factor of a 1. They didn't get bigger, they didn't get smaller, they stayed the same. Now, similar triangles can have a number greater than 1, or you can have a scale factor that is smaller than 1. And actually, we're going to say bigger than 0. So smaller than 1, we're going to say a number, and bigger than 0, because we're not going to have a negative scale factor, okay? Lastly, we proved congruent triangles. Remember, I gave it away. Remember, side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, 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 side, and hypotenuse leg. So those are all the ways before that we proved triangles congruent. Guess what? We don't have to remember that many. There's just 3 of them. So for similar triangles, side, side, side. So if you can see all the sides are proportional, you can prove it that way. Another one is side, angle, side. So that's still going to be there. And then lastly, this thing called angle, angle. So remember, that does not prove congruent triangles, but it can prove similarity, okay? So you only have to know 3 for proving similar triangles. Yay, you, okay? So let's look at these now. So let's look at side, side, side similarity, okay? They're going to give you 3 sides, and they're going to ask you, are they similar? So what you're going to have to do is check that the corresponding sides have the same proportions. So like we've done before. It's already color-coded for us, okay? So I need to check 5/4, and let's say that's 1.25. If you like decimals, do decimals. If you like fractions, keep the fractions. So then I went left to right, so I need to continue with that and do 12/9.6, which, yay, is 1.25. And then lastly, go left to right, so do 13/10.4 and get 1.25, okay? Could you go left or right to left? Yes, you could. You get the same thing, okay? So yes, these triangles are similar. Okay, now we would need to write a similarity statement, which remember we wrote congruent statements. So I'm going to say triangle ABC is similar to triangle, let's see, what is the same as A? We've got orange and pink. So D. Then we went along the pink line. So D, F, E. So ABC is similar to triangle D, F, E. And we would say by side, side, side. Okay? So since I've shown some math work over here and I've proved that they're proportional, I would now write the similarity statement and why. Okay? So side, side, sides, not that bad. The hardest thing is just finding the corresponding sides and make sure you go from left to right, left to right. Okay? Next one is side angle side similarity. So if you know two sides that are proportional, in the angle between them, you got side angle side. So a little bit less work. You just have to check two sides now. So I'm going to say 5 over 7.5 when I type that in the calculator. You would get 0.6. And then we're going to do 7 over 10.5. So when I reduce that, I get 0.6. Okay? And then I know angle H is congruent to angle K because I see it. So then these triangles would be similar. So I would say yes, these are similar triangles. So let me write my similarity statement now. Okay, so let's go GHI. And then I would start with LKJ. And then the reason for that, it's true by side angle side. Okay, so as long as you prove your math to the side, that's enough justification for me. All right, last one, angle similarity. If you know two angles, you know the third, and if you know the third angle, then you know it's the exact same shape, is the theory behind that. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could find that third angle and do 180 minus 70 minus 50, then get 60, same thing up there, 60. So you may need to do some math to make sure that all your angles are the same. But we know from past experiences, if all the angles are the same, it's the same shape, therefore they're similar. Okay, so not a lot of math. You could say angle N is congruent to angle R. You could say angle O is congruent to angle P. And then so yes, they're similar triangles. And then you would write your similarity statement. We'll go M and O. So triangle MNO is congruent to QRP. Okay, so again, order really matters in that statement, but that is how you prove two triangles are similar. So a lot less work than Module 3. All right, so let's look at some problems. Determine whether the triangles are similar. If so, write a similarity statement and name the postulate or theorem you used. So basically name side angle side, side side side, or angle angle, okay? So yes, parallel lines are coming back, reflexive property and symmetric and vertical angles are all coming back. So I'm going to try I'll do 2 of them with you guys, and then I'll leave you free. So on number 1, I have vertical angles, and I know that theorem works out. Secondly, if these are parallel lines, I know I've got some alternate interior angles, okay? So then what that means, I've got 2 angles. So yes, these are similar. So now I just need to write my similarity statement. And I would say by angle angle, okay? So I'm going to say ABE is similar to DCE, okay? So if you've got 2 angles, they are similar. All right, on number 2, they gave me L and O, whoops, and then they gave me a side. Well, great, that's not enough information, right? So no, these are not similar. There is not enough information for me to tell on those, okay? I'll do 4 and 5 and then leave you guys free. So they gave me vertical angles, which is nice. And then they gave me a side. Awesome. Not enough information. So they're not similar. So since I didn't have parallel lines, I couldn't make any more marks. They didn't tell me anything with a midpoint. So I don't know if those are similar. All right, on number 5, I have a nice angle, which is good. So angle V is congruent to angle X. So maybe I should check side angle side. So let's see. Let's start with this bottom side and do 28 over 14. Again, you could do 14 over 28, but I would get 2. And then I need to check my other sides, 10 and 5. So 10 over 5 is 2. So my sides are proportional. So these are similar. So yes, it's similar. So let me write my similarity statement. And we'll say UVT. And then we'll say WX. What's an XU? And we would say by side angle side. So because I had a side in between the two proportional sides. Okay? All right, you try the whole back page on your own. Okay? You can do it. 3's a little tricky, and the word problems are a little tricky, but you got it. Let me know if you have any questions. Press pause. Number 3 was tricky, not gonna lie. So notice how you have a triangle on top of another triangle. So when that happens, if you kind of draw them separately, you know that you've got 2 angles, okay? So obviously n is going to be congruent to n, okay? So if you have overlapping triangles, you've got an angle given there, okay? With parallel lines, remember corresponding angles? So then I know that L is the same as this angle O. So then I said, yes, these 2 triangles are similar because of angle-angle theorem, okay? So again, that one was super tricky. On number 6, I checked the isosceles triangles. So I checked the 2 legs and got 2. And then I checked my bases and got 2. Again, you could have got a half. Same thing. So yes, they are similar by side, side, side. Over here, if you don't know what sides to check, I always go largest over the largest number over here, and I got 6. I went I went smallest number over smallest number and got 6. Same thing, check your 2 medium sides, okay? So since they have the same proportion, yes, they are similar triangles by side, side, side. So let me know if you have any questions on proving 2 triangles are similar. Now you had some more problems, which get fun because you get to draw things. So I had a tree that was 30 feet tall, and I had a shadow of 12 feet. So again, shadows are going to be on the ground, height's going to be up and down. And then you've got Brad, eyeless Brad over here, who is 8 feet tall, and I don't know how long his shadow is, okay? So what we can do is, technically this is a triangle, right? With a right angle. So I know they're proportional, and I need to solve for x. So lots of different ways you can set it up. So you could say 30 over 12 equals 8 over x. That's one way. You could say 30 over 8 equals 12 over x. You could say 8 over 30 equals x over 12. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you're doing the same thing in your proportion. Should get 3.2 feet for Brad's shadow. All right. Number 2 is tricky. So I had E, F, and G, and I had Q, R, and S. So I drew 2 triangles. It told me the sides were 144, 128, and 12. And it told me the length of the small side was 280. So how did I know to put it down here? Well, if I look at all these numbers, that's the smallest side down here. So the smallest side should have been over here as well. Then it wants me to know the longest side. So I looked over here, 144 is the longest. So I need to find this side over here. Okay? So they gave me some unnecessary information. I didn't need that 128. So then you could set up a proportion and solve. Again, lots of different ways you could set it up. I said 112 over 280 equals 144 over x. So once you cross multiply and then divide by 112, you should get 360. And don't freak out because that is the outside of the shape, which can be more than 180 degrees, okay? So that's how you prove whether 2 triangles are similar. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Otherwise, you are free to practice. Thanks for watching.